Oh boy. You guys don't know how excited I am, but we're ready to go. And it's time for the final game and the final stream of Super Wildcard Weekend. We wrap things up this Wildcard Weekend in Pittsburgh at Acrisure Stadium. We have the AFC North champions, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who, by the skin of their teeth, claimed the last spot in the AFC playoff picture after the Ravens missed what would have been a game-winning field goal. And they did not have the easiest time in that game. But now that they made it to the playoffs, now they got a much tougher opponent at their hands. The 4-seeded Steelers face the 5-seed Houston, the 5th-seeded Houston Texans, but don't let the seeding fool you. The Texans defense is a stout unit. They have stepped up big, taking down some unexpected top-tier teams this year. Heck, if they got on this hot stretch sooner, they could have very well have won the AFC South. But they're at the number 5 seed. And now we'll see what their defensive unit can put up against this Steelers team. So, the winner of this game will travel to New England in Foxborough to face the Patriots as they advanced last night. Yes, I got a straw in my cup of Dr. Pepper tonight. And of course, losers eliminated. So, if we're ready, let's wrap up Super Wildcard Weekend. It's the Texans and the Steelers. One of these two teams will go to Foxborough to meet the Patriots. The other is going home. Let's do this thing. Just finishing up the last of this dinner, but here we go. Steelers will start with the football first. Fairburn will kick it away. And away we go from Pittsburgh to wrap up Super Wildcard Weekend. The Steelers will take a touchback. They will start from their own 35. And here comes Aaron Rodgers. Mediocre season, has had a 10-6 record, but only 7 interceptions this season, and he's gone 7 straight without one. However, against this stout Texans defense, I wouldn't be surprised if that streak gets broken tonight. Rodgers is going to have his hands full, to say the least. Here we go, from their own 20, actually. I thought it was 35. Here's Jalen Warren pushing through. Brought down to the 30-yard line. Picked up at least 9. Oh, never mind. I thought it was second down. No, he will get just enough. First down, Pittsburgh. They start on the ground, and they already moved the chains in one play. Now, of course, big name for the Steelers offense. DK Metcalf back on the field after a suspension against Detroit. So, Steelers getting a valuable asset to their offense back. First down from the 30. Quick throw from Rodgers. It's the aforementioned Metcalf. DK Metcalf first down inside the 45. Boy, they're wasting no time. Second play from scrimmage. DK Metcalf shining in his return. Wow. What a start. Now from the 47. Back to Warren. This time the Texans are able to bring him down early. Only a pickup of about 2 to the 49. Second and 9. Back to Warren again. And he only gets 2. It's 3rd and 7. And we have an injury on the Texans defense. Reed, number 23, slow to get up. Jalen Reed, the safety out of Penn State. Walks to the sideline mostly under his own power, but gets a little bit of assistance. It doesn't look to be too serious, which is good. All right, Pittsburgh's got a 3rd and 7 coming up. They are at midfield right now. Play clock winding down. They get it off. Rodgers incomplete. And Rodgers live it with himself as the drive comes to an end right then and there. He tried to connect with Kenneth Gainwell, but for some reason, Rodgers just overthrows him too high. Well, that's not the start the Steelers wanted. And now they got to punt it away to the Texans. And it'll be fair caught at the 10 by Knoll. All right, here come the Texans, led by C.J. Stroud. They will start their opening drive of the game in just a moment. Already cooled down. Damn it. Let me mute up because nobody wants to hear that. Okay. Finish up the rest of that dinner, thankfully. Nico Ryan's first Texans head coach to make the playoffs in each of his first 3 seasons. All right, first down for Houston. They start from their own 10-yard line. C.J. Stroud will hand off. And we're only going to get him about 5. So C.J. Stroud has led his Texans to a 9-5 record with 217 passing yards per game, 19 passing touchdowns, 8 picks, missed 3 games with a concussion. Texans finished the season 12-5. Second and 5 after the pickup of 5 by Woody Marks. Here's Stroud, pass tipped in the air, incomplete. Oh! The breadbasket of Dalton Schultz, but he couldn't haul that one in. Nico Collins, the intended receiver. Holy cow, Joey Porter Jr. in coverage. And, got a hand on it and then bounced off the helmet of Jalen Ramsey. And then Highsmith had a shot at it, and he couldn't haul it in. And Schultz tried to catch it off of that tip. And Collins heads to the sideline. He might be hurt. But that'll now bring up a 3rd down and 5. Stroud with a blitz. Throws it up to his left. Going for Kirk. He's got it. Christian Kirk, first down. Holy cow. The former Jaguar wide receiver, Christian Kirk, he kept control at the end as he was going down with it. Wow. Another look to make sure. Bobbled it, kept control, didn't touch the ground seemingly. That's a first down. Now from the Steelers 49. Handoff. Nothing but a yard. T.J. Watt on the tackle. Nick Chubb only picked up a single yard. Second and 8. Back to Chubb. And I take that back. That was Woody Marks. And he only gets 2. I think I had the number switch because I think on the first play of the drive, they handed it off to Chubb. Now they've been handing it off to Marks. Wow, this is going to set up the Texans for a 3rd and I believe 7. No, 3rd and 6. Still 3rd and mid, though. Play clock winding down. They need to get this off. And they do not, I don't think. No! I think they burned their first time out. Wow, they were not going to get that ready. They were not going to have that play ready in time. And now Houston burns their first time out. They burned the first time out prior to the snap. So the Texans catch a lucky break, avoid a delay of game, and they get the timeout. They use their first one of the half immediately here on this opening drive. Notice this has been happening a lot, too, where so much miscommunication goes down that by the time the play clock winds down, they have to burn a timeout early. Although then again, that's probably just because of the crowd noise not letting up, them being on the road and everything. And now that stat doesn't help. 23rd in the NFL in third down conversion percentages. So third down, not one of their strongest suits. And now a flag gets thrown as they whistle the play dead. There might be a false start. And there is. Oof. Man, everything going wrong for Houston. They burn a timeout early, and now they get a false start and make it 3rd and 11. Damn. Third and 11, pressure on Stroud, throws it to the ground. Hit TJ Watt in his face. There was nothing Stroud could do at all. And that is how the drive comes to an end with a burn timeout and a false start. And them not able to pick up the first down after that. They're going to have to punt it. They're too far out of field goal range. Here is the punt. Goes out of bounds. Where are they going to mark it at? About the 20, I think. I couldn't tell. Well, 0-0 ball game. Steelers are going to get possession in just a moment. I'll be right back to get another cup of Dr. Pepper. All right. First down for the Steelers. Rodgers throws wide open. DK Metcalf inside the 50 into Texans territory. Oh, buddy. What a start on this drive right out of the gate. Rodgers to Metcalf. Unbelievable. He is shining in his return. Now from the Texans, 47. Rodgers going for Metcalf again. It's incomplete, and a flag is going to come in. Oh, they're going to get the Texans for PI, man. Lassiter had his arms all over Metcalf. One number 4 interfered with the other. It's clear as day, too. Dang. Everything going wrong for the Texans right now. And that pass interference is going to give the Steelers an automatic first down. So the penalty will put the football at the Texans' 33-yard line. Give to Gainwell. And Kenneth Gainwell will take it down to the 27. Second and 4. After the gain of 6 by Gainwell. Think Texans jumped. It could be a free play. They don't throw a flag. Gainwell will run it forward and pick up the first down at the 21. Boy, they are gaining some momentum early here. And I still haven't learned from last night. Oh my God. As soon as I say that, they're going to find a way to mess something up. Ugh, Lord have mercy. First down from the 21. Rodgers with time. Throwing it up for Jonnu Smith, and the pass is incomplete. Well covered, second down. Second and 10. Rodgers gets rid of it and sails incomplete. Third down. Wow. All right. Excuse me. Gonna get fired up on the caffeine, you know. All the energy I can for these games, damn it. Third and 10 from the 21. 6:41 left in the first quarter. Play clock winding down. They need to get this off, and they barely do. Rodgers throws, caught, and not quite going to have the first down. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is going to be 3 yards short. I don't imagine they take any crazy risks like the Bears did on Saturday. I would imagine they just take the field goal here. Here comes the veteran, Chris Boswell. From 32 yards out to get Pittsburgh on the board. A 32-yard attempt. I think I already said that. Boswell's kick, right down the middle. Not a problem for the veteran. Steelers strike first in this wild card game. All right. Texans will get a chance to answer in just a moment. Oh, Jesus. Thought my feet had frozen for a second. Dang, signal just went out on me. Oh, bathroom, be right back. Oh, shit. Okay, well, it seems like I missed the kickoff, but I believe they just took a touchback. Okay. All right, 5:58 left in the first quarter. The Texans get it at their own 35. Oh, wait, no, never mind. The return was attempted. They'll start from their own 26. Here's Stroud. Passes caught by Nico Collins down to the 30 for a gain of 4. Second and 6. Getting him very close to a first down and being stopped a yard shy is Woody Marks. On third down, first down is picked up by Woody Marks. First down from the 36. Here is Marks again. Forward progress will bring him down to the 40-yard line. I almost said 20. 2nd and 7. Toss to Collins. Down about the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short. Third and 3. Pressure on Stroud. Making the catch for the first down. It's a 50-50 ball. But it is Xavier Hutchinson that comes away with the catch. And it's a first down. First down from the Steelers, 41. Back to Marks. Flea flicker. Back to Stroud. Pressure coming. Ball is out. Steelers have it. They bust up the trick play. The flea flicker is a failure. And the Steelers recover. Wow. Fumbled it, lost it, arm never went forward, right into the hands of the Steelers defense. Clearly out, right into the hands of 94 Black. Yes, that is literally his name. Wow. Crazy. What a sequence we have witnessed here. Crazy sequence, man. Oh, man. Ensuing first down after the fumble recovery. Warren cannot go anywhere. Second down. Rodgers throws to his right. Dropped by Metcalf. Incomplete. How does he not catch that? Wow. Metcalf was wide open. Could have added to his career night here. Beats Stingley. Dropped it. Wide open, too. How does he not secure that? I don't get it. Third down and 10. They just get the snap off in time. Rodgers throws. Pass is caught. MVS with the grab, but nowhere near enough for the first down. And the Steelers cannot do anything as they will punt it back to Houston. Forced out of bounds inside the 5 to the 8. First down, quick throw from Stroud. Pass is caught, a gain of 8 as he steps out of bounds. But they keep the clock running, which means it should take us to the end of quarter number 1. All right, first quarter is over. 3-0 ball game. I could say defensive dominance, but not really. Actually, yes, it is. We'll see what ends up happening as the second quarter will start in just a moment. All right, second quarter starts with a 2nd down and 2 for the Texans. From the 16-yard line. Oh, Stroud fumbled the snap. He's going to try to do something with it and cannot do it. Incomplete. Oh, amazing awareness by Stroud to keep it alive and get rid of it for an incomplete pass. That could have very well have sent them backwards, or worse, they could have ended their drive with a turnover. Went right through Stroud's hands. Third and 2, Stroud's pass is caught by Kirk. First down to the 21. First down from the 20. Stroud, pressure, throws it away. Incomplete for Schultz. Stroud on 2nd down. What a catch. Nico Collins over the middle for the first down. Gotta finish up these pretzels here before I call any more plays here. First down from the 33. Here's Marks. Takes a hit and is able to pick up 7 on the carry. Second and 4. Marks is denied. Nowhere to go. No gain. Third and 3 for the Texans at their own 40. Stroud. Low throw. But it will be caught for the first down. It's Dalton Schultz, the tight end. And wait. Oh. Got control of it before it touched the ground. Not to say he didn't have full control of it, but he kept it from touching the ground. They give to, I believe that's Chubb for a gain of 8. Yeah, it is Nick Chubb. Gain of 9. 2nd and 1 coming up. Second and 1. Chubb again gets a first down. Spin moving. And he picks it up at the 40 of the Steelers. Dr. Pepper, nothing like it. Ensuing first down back to Chubb. He picks up another 7 yards. Second and 4. Hand off to Marks. He's got the first down and still going all the way inside the 15. First down, Houston. Why, there was just no quit. First down, hand off to Marks. Takes it to the 6. It'll be 2nd and 3 coming up for Houston. Ooh. The mic picked that up, excuse me. And is... Oh, good God. Oh, boy. This may not be good. Woody Marks is down and has not gotten up. Wow. Taking an injury timeout for Marks, but it's not looking good. 2nd and 3. Stroud throws to Kirk. He's in. Touchdown, Texans. Christian Kirk for a 6-yard receiving score, and the Texans take the lead. Well, there you go. Texans needed to get something done, and they sure did. Extra point by Fairburn is good. It's a 7-3 lead for Houston. It took a while for Stroud to find his rhythm, but he found it, and they got a touchdown in the lead. Steelers need to answer. We'll try to do so in just a moment. All right. Texans have got a touchdown. They've taken the lead. Let's see what the Steelers can do in response as they await the kickoff. Return from the 15. Here's Kenneth Gainwell. Out of bounds inside the 35. And back to work go the Steelers. First down from the 38. Pressure on Rodgers. Side pitches it to Jonnu Smith. And he loses a yard. Oof. All right, second down at 10. Rodgers Rodgers a man in his face, and it's incomplete, and then he takes a hit as it goes down, and the flags are going to fly. Wow. After Rodgers got rid of it, he took a hit and went down, and that is roughing the passer. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I was wrong. Intentional grounding on Rodgers. Never mind. Did he leave the pocket at any point? No, he did not. Holy cow! I thought it was roughing the passer, but no, it's grounding. So all of a sudden, the Steelers now have a 3rd and 21. Wow, I legitimately thought that was roughing the passer on the Texans, but it wasn't. It was intentional grounding. Oh, Lord have mercy. 3rd and 21. Rodgers pitches it to Gainwell. Long way to go. Down at the 38. No, basically back where they started. Nowhere near enough for the first down. Damn. And they got to punt it. Here's the punt return. Down to the 19. That'll be where the Texans will start. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to get water. Okay. First down, it was a gain of 4. Second down at 6 from the 23. Stroud fumbles the snap again, gets back up, and he fumbles as he tries to get rid of it. And the Steelers recover once again. Guess who? TJ Watt with the recovery. The Steelers are back in business. Stroud fumbled the snap originally, recovered it, tried to get rid of it, and by the time he did, it was too late. Who was the man that knocked it out of his hands? 95. Wow. Their second turnover of the night. And the Steelers will take over with 6:14 left in the first half from the Texans 21. To think they were second in turnover margin at plus 17 tonight, it's minus 2. Toss to Gainwell in a lot of trouble immediately, and he gets brought down right off the bat by Petre. Nowhere to go. Loses a yard. Steelers have had a 3-and-out on 2 straight drives. Rodgers on second down. Gainwell goes nowhere. Loses a yard as Lassiter on the tackle. Forces him to go backwards once again. And that will now bring up a 3rd and long. Third and 14. Rodgers pitches it. Gainwell makes a man fall. He's just short of the first down. Fourth and 2 coming up. Do they dare go for this, or do they just take the field goal and cut the deficit down to 1? They're going for it. 4th down and 2. From the 13. Rodgers will throw. It is caught. First down. They pick it up and move the chains. 1st and goal. Steelers looking to try to cash in on the turnover. They were unable to do so on their last one. It was Adam Thielen who made the catch. Now it's 1st and goal from the 9. Give to Warren. Only 1 yard picked up. Second and goal. Rodgers throws it away. It's under a lot of pressure. Could not convert that. Couldn't get a touchdown out of that. Couldn't do anything with it, really. And now a flag flies very late. Are they going to get Rodgers for grounding again? Wow. An eligible man downfield on the Steelers, but the Texans decline it and make it third down. Third and goal. Rodgers is sacked. The Texans defense with the pressure got to him. It was too much for him to handle. Could not improvise. Fourth down and goal. And they are going to bring out the field goal unit. All right, and I missed the field goal. Are we at the 2-minute warning? Yes, we are. Wow, that sack moved them all the way back to the Houston 17. All right, well, we're at the 2-minute warning, folks. 2 minutes remain in the first half. All right, here is the field goal by Boswell. It is good. And it's a 1-point game with 1:57 left to go. Oh, buddy. Oh, good Lord. Excuse me. All right, here's the kickoff to Houston. Return from inside the 5. Noel cutting it back. Can't even make it to the 20. 20 might have been as far as he went. Ben Skoranek, the man that brings him down on the return. Here's Woody Marks on first down, takes it down to the 24. Texans have 2 timeouts. However, they do get the ball to start the second half. So Texas can pretty much dilly-dally, but then again, excuse me, they do want to try to get points before the end of the half. Second and 6, Stroud throws, caught by Kirk. Gain of 5 down to the 29. Third down and 1. And they'll push it forward to a first down at the 33. Stover, the fullback, able to pick it up. The Steelers actually had burned their first time out. I completely missed that. First down for the Texans. Stroud throws. It is caught again by Stover. That was actually the tight end, not the fullback. I don't know why I thought he was a fullback. Gain of 4. Bring up second down and a timeout taken by Houston. They will use their second one. And of course, they take a commercial when Houston takes a timeout, because of course they would. Okay. Wow. Is that true? The Texans, the only current team to never win a road playoff game. Wow. That's a first. I think I'd see that statistic. 2nd and 5. Stroud going deep with this. Going for, no, it's incomplete. Oh, he was going deep for Noel to try to set them up in field goal range. Does not work. 3rd down with 35 seconds left. Ooh, couldn't even secure it. Dang. All right, Steelers did use their second timeout. Because Chuck Clark, the defensive back, had an injury. Oh, and the collision from Noel, and then, oh! Oh, that left arm got caught at an awkward angle as he went down. Third and 5, toss to Kirk. He'll get the first down. Texans will use their final timeout. All right, Kymie Fairburn at the ready. Perfect from under 50 yards this season. Missed only 4 from 50 or more. But the Texans are not in his range yet. On first down, Stroud looking to try to make Fairburn's kick a little easier. Passes incomplete for Collins. Just overthrows him. Probably would have been better off running it. Second down. Try to connect with Woody Marks. Pass sails incomplete. Oh, Fairburn might be in for a long field goal try if the Texans can't convert this third down. Texans might not end the half with any points at all. Third and 10. Pressure on Stroud. Pitches it to Schultz. Gets out of bounds at the 50-yard line. It would be 4th and 5. Make that 4th and 6. Do they dare bring him out for the long field goal try, or do they just try to go for it here? Oh, buddy. Stroud's leaving the field, so it looks like they're going to send out Fairburn. This is going to be one long field goal attempt. Actually, no, never mind. They're punting it. They are punting this. Wow, I really thought they would have taken their chances there, even if it was a long try, just to try to get some points. A little surprised by that. Texans let the clock run out, and it gets down to the 8, so they end the half. Don't even give the Steelers a chance to possess it. Well, that was an anticlimactic way for the half to end. 7-6 is the score. Oh, buddy. All right. Lie back and relax for a bit because I started the stream as I just got home, and I didn't even get a chance to lie down and relax. So I'll check the chat. If I see a raid, I'll come back on. Otherwise, I'll see you guys for the second half. Be right back, everybody. Let's get back into the swing of things here. Let's get the second half underway. As we mentioned, the Texans get the ball to start it. Boswell will kick this away. And we continue from Pittsburgh. Here's the return. Knoll will get out of bounds at the 26, and then... Oh, buddy. Thought about throwing a flag. They don't throw one, though, as the hit looked legal. First down, handoff to Woody Marks, and oh boy, does he take off! Oh! Lord have mercy. And they're already in Steelers territory. Lord have mercy. Woody Marks with 12 rushes for 73 yards, while Nick Chubb has only had 4 for 23 yards. Oh, buddy. On first down, here is Higgins with the catch and another Texans first down. And the Texans have a first down. And they go to commercial. Cool. Hayward was apparently there was an injury, and Cameron Hayward hurt. Would be a big blow if Hayward can't get back out there. First down from the 31 for the Texans. Here's Marks. Finds the hole. Woody Marks gets 9 down to the 22. Oh, the Texans are abusing the Steelers right now. Second and 1. Back to Marks. He's got the first down at the 20. I guess we'll see which games are going to be taking place in the divisional weekend, as they still haven't confirmed. Oh, they're going to announce it after the game. Okay, figured as such. All right, well, I'll let you know what the schedule will be for the streams after this game, once it's all over. And up to Woody Marks on first down, a short gain, second down. Only a gain of 4. Second and 6, Schultz on the catch. Just going to get 2 yards. Third and 4 coming up. Third down and 4. Here's Stroud. Looking. Pressure coming. Throws it. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Steelers. They get their 3rd turnover of the night. They look to make sure. Oh, wow. That is a pick. Holy cow. Turnover number 3 for the Steelers defense. Wow. That defense has been keeping them in this game. That's why it's only 7-6, and as opposed to 21-6. Maybe potentially even more than that. Wow, this is just unbelievable. Defensive dominance, I would say, is what we've witnessed here. Here's a handoff on first down after the interception. Jaylen Warren will pick up 7 on the run. Second and 3. Warren. Oh! He gets the first down, barely. Huh. Well, false start. Jonnu Smith flags for the false start. Also, I'll be damned. I just got a gifted membership to the Chisel Adonis. I just got gifted a membership to Chisel Adonis. Wow. First and 15, and Calvin Austin going absolutely nowhere. Petre with the stop. Lord have mercy. Second and 15. Rodgers throws. Oh my God! Somehow takes a hit and makes the catch. A gain of 6 by Calvin Austin. I don't know how he held on to that despite the hit he took. Oh, wow. Had an arm to his helmet and still made that catch. 3rd and 9 from the 15. Rodgers throws wide open is MVS. First down. Valdez-Scantling will move the chains for Pittsburgh. On a 3rd and 9, they convert. First down from the 29. Gainwell in a ton of trouble, nowhere to go. Losing 2 yards. They need to bring Warren back out there, man. Gainwell hasn't been doing anything this game. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Rodgers looking to throw under pressure. He's got to get rid of this quickly and does, and it's incomplete, nearly picked off. Goes to the ground before that Texas defender can have a chance at a pick. Ooh. Just managed to escape and get rid of it, but now Pittsburgh's in a ton of trouble here. Third and 12. Play clock winding down. They got to get this off fast, and they do. Rodgers taking a deep shot. Going for Austin. It's incomplete. Not a single flag thrown. 4th down. As I clicked the flag graphic by mistake, I meant to click 4th down. Let's see. He's got a hand to the shoulder of Austin, and yet that didn't get flagged. How did Lassiter not get penalized? Here's the punt of the Texans. Lord have mercy. Here's the return by Knoll. Just going to get to the 30. Leave it to Pamius Refius to strike in the playoffs. And to Snark's own team, nonetheless. Oh, Jesus. Got myself a headache all of a sudden. Boy, I tell you, lots of struggles here for the Steelers tonight. First down, Stroud throws. It's going to be caught by, I believe it's Hutchinson for a gain of 4. Okay, there we go. Make that 5, second down. Flags are down. Handoff to Woody Marks. Only a gain of 2. Illegal shift on Houston. Illegal motion on Houston. Dalton Schultz gets flagged. They move back 5. Will remain second down. This second half so far has been defensive dominance, man. No scoring, not even any field goals. Second down from the 30. Stroud. Pressure in his face. He gets sacked. Brought down to the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. No gain, but it goes down as a sack, and it's now 3rd and 10. Why are my glasses always uneven? I hate when that happens, man. Right, 3rd and 10 from the 30. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Stroud looking, throws, receiver falls down, stumbles, and it's incomplete. Nico Collins lost his balance, stumbled forward, and was not able to get back up in time to make the catch. And it's now 4th down, and the Texans will have to punt it away. Now here's the punt to the Steelers. Calvin Austin on the return takes it down to the 24. All right. 3:42 left in the third quarter. Steelers have possession. Let's see what they can do here. Rodgers on first down, throws it up. What a catch! Adam Thielen, first down. That's how you start a drive. Well, it wasted no time. Right out of the gate to Adam Thielen. Well, now from their own 45. Rodgers fakes the handoff. Pitching it, and Jonnu Smith, not much. Loses a yard. Second and 11 coming up with just over 2.5 left to go in the third and counting. Excuse me. Second and 11 from the 44. Rodgers stepping back. Pressure coming. Throws it down to the ground. Could not handle it. And that a completion will now make it third and 11. Not the best situation right now, if we're being honest. Third and 11. Rodgers gets hit from behind. Ball comes out. Steelers recover, but it's fourth down. And the defensive dominance of the second half continues once again. Fourth and 25, and they're going to have to punt. Here is that punt to Houston. Here's Noel on the return, and will run out of bounds. Somebody's going to have to score sooner or later. Was my mic seriously off that whole time? Oh my god. Oh, why, man? Why does this happen to me every time? Make a call of a lifetime and nobody hears it because it's freaking muted. Oh, this is getting on my nerves. This has been happening way too much with this headset. Like, every time something noteworthy happens, nobody hears it because the mic is muted. And I forget to connect with it. What I was saying was how the Texans haven't converted a single third down this game. They finally get one to Christian Kirk on a deep shot from Stroud, and the third quarter is over. Would have been nice to call that live if the damn mic wasn't muted. But no, my forgetful ass forgets to mute it. Or at least to unmute it. See, I can't even... Dude, I don't know what I'm saying. This is ridiculous. Why did I forget to unmute? All you saw were my lips moving and the mic not picking up a single thing of my voice. The rest of this game better be exciting in order to make up for this, because this is ridiculous. I'm not unmuting the mic anymore. Or I should say, oh my god! I'm not muting the mic anymore! I can't speak, I can't find the right words, I can't unmute the mic when I have to. Like, what is wrong with me? Of course, all the technical issues and technical difficulties have to start happening towards the end of the third quarter of this game. Well, the mic is unmuted, so now I can start calling these plays as we start the fourth quarter. Texans have a first down at the Steelers' 34. Handoff to Marks. Flag is down as he gets 3 yards. Lord have mercy. It's going to be hard to recover from that one, I can tell you that. And that is coming back. Titus Howard, the lineman, flagged for offensive holding. First and 20. Marks down to the 38-yard line. And Nico Collins, meanwhile, getting carted off. His night is done. Second and 13. Stroud to Kirk. Down to the 33-yard line, actually. Third down. Here we go, 3rd and 6. Steelers crowd continuing to get fired up with, especially how close it's been. I would imagine they've been going for a long time in this game. Pressure on Stroud, throws it up, incomplete. Joey Porter on the coverage. 4th down. Higgins, the intended receiver, and they may bring out Fairburn for a field goal here. Stroud jumping up like crazy, wanting a flag, and they don't get one. Here we go. Ka'imi Fairburn lining up for a 51-yard attempt to give the Texans a 4-point lead. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good. Our first scoring of the second half comes from a field goal by Ka'imi Fairburn from 51 yards out. Now the Steelers are in deep trouble here. They got to get a touchdown, which they haven't been able to do all game long. Just waiting on the return of the game just so I can use my voice then. Don't mind me. All right, here is the kickoff to the Steelers. Here's the return by Gainwell at the 31. So this postseason, 12 lead changes in the fourth quarter, 4 game-winning touchdowns in the final 3 minutes, and 4 comeback wins in the final 3 minutes. All of these stats most in a single postseason all time. And this was over the course of 5 games. Here's Gainwell on first down. Gainwell to the left side. First down at the 45-yard line. First down from the 45. Rodgers stepping back. Throws it up deep for Austin. Incomplete. Tried to catch it off of the bobble and couldn't do so. Well, he tried a second effort to make that catch. Let's see if he ended up coming down with it. I don't think he did. Nope. Nope. Touched the ground. Touches the ground well before he can establish any kind of control. Second down. Play clock winding down. They got to get this off, and they do. Give to Gainwell. And in a ton of trouble, nowhere to go. And I'm still surprised Jaylen Warren isn't out there. Despite that one big run that he picked up to start the drive, Gainwell has not done anything. Why aren't they bringing out Warren right now? 3rd and 12. It's like the Ravens with Derrick Henry all over again. 3rd and 12. Rodgers suffers a sack. Oh, and that ball comes out, picked up by the Texans. It's a fat man touchdown. Scoop and score for Houston. Wow. Rodgers hit, fumbles it. Texans recover, and they have a defensive touchdown at the hands of a big guy. Extra point is good, and the Texans take a 17-6 lead. Wow. Here's the kickoff to the Steelers, and they're going to have to try to accomplish something here. Gainwell hurdling a man past the 30 down to the 33-yard line. First down from the 33. Rodgers airing this out early. Incomplete for Pat Fryermuth. Azeez Al-Shaair in coverage. At this point, that's what they got to start doing, is taking deep shots like that. Rodgers throws is going to be caught by Jalen Warren for a gain of 4. Rodgers on 3rd down. Pass is going to be caught somehow by Freiermuth for the first down. And there is a flag. Hang on, there is a flag. There might be a hold here that could negate it. Let's see. Nope. 12 men on defense on the Texans. Penalties declined. First down, Steelers, and Pat Freiermuth somehow holds on to it despite being in double coverage. Incredible. Now they're at the Texans 45. 10.5 left to go in this game, so they still have time to make a comeback per se. But they got him. Oh, Rodgers falls over, gets tripped up for a sack. Well, so much for that, I guess. Loss of 3, backed up to the 48. 2nd and 13. Rodgers stepping back, gets out to his left, throws it up, incomplete for DK Metcalf. So much for shining in his return. Aside from his big plays in the first quarter, he hasn't been much of a factor after the fact. Oh, right through his hands. He actually had a legitimate chance. He just tried to make the catch a little too late. 3rd and 13. Rodgers pass tipped and incomplete. Batted down by the Texans at the line. Yeah, friendly neighborhood Rev, hey. Diehard Niners fan. Hey, we welcome anybody as long as you're good sports in chat, you know? Hey, kudos to y'all for beating the Eagles yesterday. Here's the punt. Just don't be a-holes, you know? All right, punt will be down to the 13, and the Texans will go back to work. All right, bear with me, folks. I do have to run to the bathroom. I will be right back. And we'll hopefully get through the rest of this game without any potty breaks. Why'd I say it like that? I'll be back. Well, don't even have to do anything to the overlay because the Texans just picked up a first down. Oh. 8:20 left. I think the Texans are just going to try to make this a runaway. First down from the 23. Here is Chubb. He only gets a gain of 2. Race of 2nd and 8. Second and 8. Here is Chubb down to the 30. All right, 3rd down and 4. Stroud. Pass is caught. Christian Kirk. Past midfield. Past the 40. Down to the 36. Deep into Pittsburgh territory. And folks, I think it may be time to send the Steelers home. Because I do not see them pulling off a comeback. First down, handoff, only a gain of 2. Only a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Second and 8. Chubb is going to go down to the 30. Then it'll be 3rd and short, but let's face it, Texans don't care. Third and 3. Chubb will easily get the first down at the 21. But there is a flag. And it's on the Steelers. First down, Houston. Yeah, safe to say, Snark, your Steelers are done. First down, only. Ew, never mind. Didn't go anywhere. Lost the yard. Second and 11, handoff to Chubb. Down to the 17-yard line. Ugh. And a face mask on the Steelers. Flag came down very late. Ooh. Yeah, they're done, folks. First and goal, Texans. They might try to punch it in to ice it for sure. And flags are down on the snap as there was movement. False start. Ariante Ursary flagged for it. All right, here's first and goal from the 13. Here is a give to Marks. Woody Marks is gone. Touchdown, Texans. And that is going to end this game. Woody Marks from 13 yards out is going to give the Texans a spot in the divisional round. Well, there you go, folks. It's over. Houston is going to move on with that touchdown from Woody Marks. Extra point by Fairburn is good. Well, Snark, I hope you're high on your his latest message, put fucking Skylar Thompson in now. At least he'll throw the fucking ball. Oh. Wow. What else is there really for me to say, guys? Here's the return by Gainwell on the ensuing kickoff. He'll take it down to the 29. First down, Rodgers' pass is batted down. Damn. Boy. They can't get anything going anymore. Yeah, their season's done. 2nd and 10. Rodgers pins it to Gainwell, and he can't make the catch. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Wow. Third down from the 29. Rodgers throws wide open as Gainwell, but nowhere near enough for first down yardage down to the 34. It will be 4th down and about 5. They got to go for it at this point. Rodgers will throw. It's intercepted. It is picked off. Back the other way for Houston. Still untouched. Still in bounds. Touchdown, Houston. Wow. Bullock with the interception gets the pick 6 for Houston, and they just continue to pat it in. They just keep adding onto the scoreboard. And that is what this Steelers team were in for. This stout defensive unit of theirs has come out of nowhere with two defensive touchdowns. And now they're officially going to punch their way into the divisional round. D'Amico Ryans can start celebrating. Texans use the timeout. Extra point by Fairburn. No good. He shanked it. Toe tapped it. It shanked. Never went in. No good. Oof. Nope. None of that means anything, if we're being honest. Kickoff to the Steelers, goes into the end zone for a touchback. And I think now Rodgers' night is done as they're going to bring out Skylar Thompson per Snark's request. Wow. Not a single touchdown scored by the Steelers in this game. First down, handoff to Warren. Only a single yard. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Golly, man. Wow. Second down, give to Warren. Only a gain of 4. What else do you want me to say? I mean, we already knew what was going to happen. Handoff on third down, only a gain of 2. Here's Austin on 4th down, and it's going to depend on the spot, but he gets the first down. Yeah, safe to say this game's over, folks. Here's Warren from the 45-yard line, gets a first down inside the Texans' 45 for a first down. Well, so we know the official matchups now for divisional weekend, so Bills will face the Broncos, 49ers will face the Seahawks, Rams will face the Bears, and the Texans will face the Patriots. Here's Warren on first down, nowhere to go, losing a yard. And there it is, folks. That's the last play that'll happen in this game. And with that, wild card weekend is over. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the 4-seeded Steelers, hosting the Houston Texans, but they fall big time. 30-6 is the final, and the Steelers have been eliminated, as Rodgers more than likely will have played his final playoff game of his career. But it will be the Texans that will advance and will face off against the New England Patriots. And they win their first playoff road game. And all the Texans players congratulating Aaron Rodgers on a hell of a career. But for the Steelers, it's the same old shit. They get a winning season, they make it to the postseason, and they get eliminated in the wild card round. Same old script. So, time to see what the divisional weekend schedule is going to look like, which games I can do, and which games could I potentially have a late start at. I'm going to stay on for a little while longer, and as soon as I get the schedule, I will let you know. All cameras focusing on Rodgers as he makes his way into the locker room for what could be his final time. We witnessed him walk off Lambeau Field when he was still with Green Bay and they fell to Detroit in Week 18 in 2022. Now, he heads to the locker room today. Well, let's take a look. Should be ready to tell us who will face who on what day, what time. There's only 4 games going on, but oh buddy, these could be some exciting ones. So I'm going to take a guess. Okay, well then. Well, there it is. So the Saturday games, the Bills will face off against the Broncos to start things off on Saturday afternoon. Saturday night will be the 49ers against the Seahawks. Sunday afternoon will be the Texans and the Patriots, and they wrap things up on Sunday night with the Rams against the Bears. So, I will try to do the Saturday games on location again. The Sunday games will be at home. I can confirm that. Although with the Texans-Patriots game, that one might have a late start. But I will do everything in my power to go live for each of these. I can't promise I'll do every single game to its full. I can't promise to do every single game fully, but I will do what I can. Because remember, I have a life outside of this, so there are times where I have to focus on the outside world, the real world. So, if I'm working, if I'm out on the road after church, just spending some time with my family, just understand that comes with the sacrifice of missing playoff games like this. I had to cancel 3 full streams because of this. I had to cancel Saturday afternoon's game because we were actually surprisingly busy on a Saturday when usually the desk is empty, and I could have very well have done a game that day, but of course it was the Saturday before the semester started, so I couldn't do that. Had to improvise for the Saturday night game, went on location, and ended up working well. The Sunday game between the Bills and the Jags, that wasn't happening because, well, we were still out on the road. We were actually out for a while because one of my relatives had a baby shower, so we had to stay for that. By the time we got back, I think it was like 5:30 to 6 o'clock. So, and when we had started, I just caught the tail end of 49ers-Eagles, so I at least covered that a little bit, but first time in my 4 years of this channel, I've only did 3 games for Wildcard Weekend, when usually I'm able to do 4. But it just wasn't the case this year. But I'll try to atone for it however I can. With that being said, folks, that's going to wrap things up here for Super Wildcard Weekend for this year. Thank you so much for watching and joining me here tonight. And for Aaron Rodgers, congrats on one hell of a career. That's all I can say. So, we'll be back this Saturday. No games on Thursday because it is divisional weekend. So, see you guys on Saturday for the divisional matchups, for the divisional weekend games. But until then, I'm Real JC signing off for now, saying thanks for watching. Have a safe week, and let's meet back here on Saturday as we move on to the next stage of the playoffs, the divisional round. Peace out, everybody.